This time on Mastering Minecraft. It's all hands on deck as the ship finally gets its finishing touches. The upper deck will shine, the captain's cabin will execute authority, and the crew quarters will be ready for a hardworking team. We also stock up the storage area and refine the captain's deck for a true commanding view. And because every ship needs a mascot, a parrot joins the ranks. Because, let's face it, pirates need a parrot. What unexpected twists will come with this week's episode? Will the ship sail smoothly or will the waters get rough? Stick around to find out. By the way, have you noticed how this voice brings the magic to life? If you're enjoying the narration as much as the builds, show some love, leave a like, subscribe, and let the hero know the narrator deserves a raise. Now let's dive into the episode. So, really? He wants a raise? This guy lives rent-free in my head, and now he's asking for more? Maybe I should start collecting taxes instead. Anyway, hello and welcome, dear kneecap community, to this week's episode of Mastering Minecraft. How have you all been? I hope you ate plenty of kneecaps last week and collected your fair share of shoulder blades. As for me, it's been busy as ever, but I've also started doing my daily runs again. And let me tell you, it feels amazing to be back at it. So, I would have said, let's not waste any time and sprint straight into this week's checklist. Okay, dear kneecap community, as you can see the ship behind us, today we are ready to anchor down and finish what we started last week. Our checklist is packed. Starting with some fixes and outside design work to perfect our ship. Then it's all hands on deck as we bring the main deck, captain's cabin and the crew quarters to life. And of course there's a storage room because every great ship needs a place to stash treasure, or in our case fish, but don't tell anybody. But that's not all, we'll also be adding a splash of fun by catching a parrot. Because what's a ship without a feathery companion? Or what's a captain without a feathery companion? That's a better question. So, as you can see, we have a lot to do. So, get ready to hoist the sails and dive into this week's epic adventure. And here we are at our beautiful ship. And as the first point at the checklist suggests, we need to do some fixes. And to tell you guys what I want to fix, I mentioned last time that I didn't like how the ship looked like underneath the water, because it kind of looks unfinished, and what bothers me is the edges at the bottom of the ship. They're just blocky, and I would like to have a more rounding touch. So that's why we're going to place some spurs stairs. And after that, what also bothers me is that the outside of the ship, it just looks like a big box. Like, if you look at the ship, it looks like a basic shape without the depth beneath it. So this is why we're also going to decorate it a little bit. For example, we don't have any windows. I would like to have some windows. And what we also have to do is extend the back part of the ship, because we're going to need that extra space when we are going to do the captain's deck. So I would have said, let's grab your kneecaps, get ready to eat, kneecaps, not your own. We're gonna find someone who didn't listen and take his kneecaps and eat them. And here we are, done with the outside decoration and the fixes. And as you can see, we have windows now. And it kind of looks like a bull's eye. I really like that technique. I think it's used a lot, but let me show you guys what I mean. So if you make a 2x2 hole and place stairs into the corners, you get like a square shape hole. And I like to use that square shape as a window. We also did the same thing at the Hobbit hole. And as you can see, the ship now has more depth to it. It looks much more realistic than it did before. And also, as you can see, we rounded up the bottom of the ship. And yeah, I just like it way more than it was before. What we also rounded up is the corners here. They were a little, too blocky. But it's okay. It looks nice now. And you also got a sneak peek into the cabin's hut. But yeah, we'll get to that later on in the episode. Okay, so with the fixes and the outside decor done, I also, let's not forget the flag I put up. I thought something was missing in the front of the ship, so I just put a banner in there. And yeah, with the outside done, with the fixes done, let us get started with the main deck. Okay, so basically the thought process was, currently we have kind of railings outside of the ship, but we don't have railing inside. I tend to use the technique we used at the library with the trapdoors. And what we also need are maybe some barrels with rum in it, you know, sailor's drink. And what we also need, we said the last time that underneath us is going to be the storage area where the fish is going to be, where the fish is going to be stored. So we'll need kind of an, how do I say, access for the storage, which makes it look like you can dump fish into a hole and it gets stored beneath it. Of course, there isn't going to be, it's just decoration, it's not going to be like redstone or anything. And yeah, so let me get to work, you sit back and enjoy. And here we are back again with the finished deck. And yeah, as you can see, I've built a contraption which should enable the fishermen to store their fish into the storage system they have at the ship. Like I said, no functionality here, just decor. We have some barrels where the fishermen or the sailors can store their tools in with which they conquer the fishes of the sea. We also have some candles to brighten the mood, and we have a lantern for the nighttime if someone is searching his rolling eye on the deck. Definitely not a reference from Cap Pirates, I know. And as you can see, I've decorated the entrance of the captain's cabin. And if you're wondering what do we need these holes for, those are going to be the stairways which lead downstairs. I've removed the ladder which was in here, because in here we're going to design the room for the captain. And yeah, I think the next part on our checklist is the captain's deck, which is the top deck. So sit back and enjoy. And here we are back with the finished captain's deck. And as you can see, the deck has anything a captain needs to maneuver his ship. He has a compass, he has an echo to spot the fish, and he also, like every good captain, has a map of the local area And I don't know if you guys remember last time I was asking myself, I don't know what I'm going to build as a steering wheel for the ship. I think, yeah, I got lucky with that one, but I think this trapdoor design fits just well. And yeah, I also put some black candles up here so the captain can see the map at night. And speaking of the captain, I would have said we continue with the captain's cabin. Ha! I told you guys we need windows. We can sneak peek on the captain when he's doing his work. And here it is, the finished captain's cabin. As you can see, he rarely waters his plants and has a lantern direct above them, so yeah. He should maybe get someone who teaches him how to take care of plants. But it's small, it's cozy, and you see here is the captain's diary where he can make his notes on who performed, who didn't perform, and what his day was like. And with that said, every good captain needs a crew. So let's get into the next topic of the checklist. The cabin's crew? That's something to do with aeroplanes, right? With the cruise spot on the ship, with the cruise cabin down in the storage, how it should be. They're all spoiled rats. As always, lean back and enjoy. Okay, so I got a message from the captain. We need to wake up the crew. I don't know why they're sleeping during the day, but they messed up and the captain wants to hang one of them. So let's go and wake them up. Wake up, you feel... Okay. Seems like they're already gone somewhere. But here we are with the finished crew cabin and the finished storage. I thought while I'm at it, why not complete the whole thing? And what I particularly like about this design is it is so simple, but yet it fits so well and looks so good. I'm really happy how that turned out. So you can see we have a bunch of barrels where the fish come in from above, and we have a bunch of barrels for rum. After a hard day's work, a sailor has earned his drink. And yeah, with that said, we checked off everything on the checklist. There is only one thing left to do. And here we are with Captain Squawk, and our journey for today is finished. So what an amazing episode. Let's wrap it up and see you guys off. Alright, kneecap community, let's recap what we've accomplished in today's episode. We started by giving the ship some much needed TLC, tackling all the necessary fixes and designing its exterior to perfection. Perfection is a little bit extruded, but who cares? Then we moved inside to decorate the main deck, crafting the perfect atmosphere for a bustling trading hub. From there we elevated the build literally by transforming the captain's deck and giving Captain Squawk a fitting home in the captain's cabin, complete with all the flair and charm a parrot could ask for. The crew cabin came next, with cozy sleeping arrangements for our hardworking sailors, and finally, we've ramped the storage room, ensuring everything is ship shape and ready for voyages ahead. Let's not forget the star of the episode, Captain Squawk, who is now officially part of our crew. Man, what a productive day on the seas with the ship now complete and our new feathery friend aboard. I'd say this week's episode was nothing short of legendary. More than legendary, I think it was wholesome. I really enjoyed making this episode. So thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, leave a like, subscribe, comment on what you would have done differently, and keep in mind, a kneecap a day keeps the stress away. See you guys next week. Bye bye.